Hey everyone, this is Greg from londonbridgebricks and welcome to my session of 2x2, where I'm going to be joined by Brick Hive, Coconut Studios and of course Solo Brick Builder, where for the next hour we'll be talking about all things LEGO, from news and rumours to predictions to our experiences during the month of August, including MOCs and LEGO ideas and thoughts and feelings on sets that we've built during the month of August. Then rounding up, we'll fly around the panel and find out what's coming up from each and every one of our channels during the month of September. So without further ado, here we go. Okay, so kicking off this month then, let's have a look back at our experience of this month. And I think the best place to start this month is probably on August the 1st, where we were all out scurrying around like mice we were, trying to get ourselves some of the latest sets. Now, one of the people that I was watching vastly on August the 1st was, of course, Brick Hive. So Brick Hive, tell us a little bit about what you got up to, or maybe what you didn't get up to on August the 1st.
So obviously it's different all over the world as far as August the 1st went. So a lot of people obviously got them before the 1st, but even for us, the biggest thing is the 501st Battle Pack. I mean, I think that's just the elephant in the room because, I mean, everything else is pretty available. I mean, I know some people said the AAT is a little hard to get, but I haven't seen any shortage of AAT. So the 501st thing, every Walmart and Target I've checked since the 1st that says they have them, you know, they're not there, they're gone. And like yesterday, because I check it every day, sometimes twice a day. And yesterday afternoon I checked and there was none at my Walmart. This morning I went to go get my Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and yeah, they said they had them, right? So there's my house, Walmart, Dunkin' Donuts. So on the way back, I stopped at Walmart, nothing. Like they had like the AT, the AAT, you know, the buzzer, but no 501st Battle Pack. So here's the thing that's really kicking me in the butt right now, because they changed their dates from the 1st to the 24th for everything but the 501st Battle Pack and the Razor Crest. Okay. Now the 501st Battle Pack still said coming soon, but didn't have a date on lego.com as up until yesterday. Okay. I just checked it today and now it says the 24th. Now, here's the thing that I'm upset about, because I was going to take the 1st of September off work so I can get to the mall early and I can get a spot in line to get this damn 501st Battle Pack. So now, and then I saw the 24th, but I was like, well, I don't want to take the 24th off because it didn't say the 24th for the 501st Battle Pack. So now it's the 22nd and it's just too short of a time frame. I mean, I know I might be able to call off work, but the point is, you know what I mean? It's insane.
It is insane, and if there's one thing about Lego at the moment that's a bit of a pain in the backside, at least for my American cousins anyway, in quite a lot of respects, is of course the unpredictability of buying Lego. So I tell you what, right, as we've kind of got you on the spot at the moment, let's fast forward, say 30 days or so, because we're practically on the epitome of being in September. And what's your experience been like? Because you ordered something today, and you thought you got it, you've got the confirmation, but there's a big fat but.
I pre-ordered the exclusive Wonder Woman set from DC Fandom, and I got the notification that I got it. It went through on my PayPal, everything. I got all the emails saying that it was good to go, and then like right before we started filming, I got the email saying that they couldn't fulfill it because it was out of stock. Which I don't understand how that even happens. If you have a number that's in stock and people order, like,
yeah, if you've got it.
So they sold me nothing. That's I don't. But see, now the thing is, and it's not that big of a deal, but it's still kind of an inconvenience because I also ordered something else from Lego, and those things combined made it so I had free shipping. So I'm sure they'll still give me free shipping, but. Am I gonna get the free? Am I gonna get the free polybag too? I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal. I just don't know. I don't know. And then there's the dual on Bespin set that may only be sold in North America.
Well, I mean, let's talk about that then. Coconut, are you aware of what's going on with this Bespin set that's out at the moment, or not out at the moment, as it were? Because what's happened is, I mean, let's face it, Darren, you and I here in the UK, we've been quite blessed, really. I mean, we've got 501st sets, coming out of our ears. Hold on a minute, I'll do that. And so, we've been quite lucky. Though there is people over here that are saying it's quite hard to get the 501st set. Personally, I've got a story as well about the 501st set. But Darren, you was able to get the 501st set, and I believe that you was able to get the AAT set. But also on the horizon now, we've got this Bespin set that everybody that loves Lego Star Wars wants to get. But of course, there's all confusion about it. All the news feeds are all in confusion as to who's going to get it. And I guess more importantly, when we're going to get it. And it seems at the moment that only the North Americans are going to get it. Maybe the Canada as well is going to receive it. But of course, who knows? Because Hive, I know you're probably going to be able to get it. Coconut, I know you're going to be able to get it. But even if you order it, will you get it anyway? Who knows?
Well, that's funny you said, because a couple nights ago on one of the Hive streams, Ryan was on there. So we're all just talking or whatever, and then all of a sudden Ryan goes, "Hey, they're on sale at Walmart.com." So we're all getting on there, right? I got on there, I put it in my cart. By the time I went to checkout, it was out of stock.
No.
Oh. I was like, but Ryan got his. Dude, I don't know, man. He's like Houdini with the 501st Battle Pack, man. He's so good.
Because I bet you what he done. He's already looked. He's already paid for it, and he's gone, hey!
Ryan's ordered, 45 of them, and then he's gone, oh, guys, by the way, they're selling it at Walmart now, they are. Oh, cool. Anyway, folks, we'll look forward to seeing that on M&R Productions in due course, I guess, and nowhere else, I guess. But yeah, what do we? Okay, let's talk a little bit about Bespin, shall we? Arguably one of the most poignant scenes in not just Star Wars history, of course, motion picture history as well. So, Darren, what do you reckon about this set?
Yeah, it's just typical Lego fashion. They're just giving you no information about anything. I want it. I need it. But yeah, I'm kind of probably the same as you, Greg. Probably just a little bit gutted. We're starting to feel now how the Americans are that they didn't get their 501st Battle Pack. We're starting to feel now we want the Bespin set. But I think it was also what we were talking about as well a couple of days ago. It's it's a Comic-Con exclusive, and obviously Comic-Con is very much a big American show that's going on. So it's kind of it's kind of entitled to America to be only available in America. So I kind of see the point on that, but I hope for Hive's sake they make enough so they can get him the same as Coconut if Coconut's going to get.
If they do that,
it seems like there's a big supply and demand going on for Lego, and they're not fulfilling it at the moment.
Well, here's the thing: San Diego Comic-Con is a place, just like how the Lego House is a place to get something. But if they sell it only in North America, that's a regional exclusive now.
Yeah. And that's what Lego said they don't want to do is a regional exclusive. But
yeah. I've seen all the rants online about it. That there will be, as of I don't know, a year and a half ago, Lego came out and said there will never be any more regional sets. And is it me? But ever since they've said that,
there's been even more.
Come on, Lego! They're teasing us. They are. They're teasing us. But Coconut. Okay, your kind of experiences are probably slightly different in the sense that if there's anyone amongst us, folks, that actually build stuff properly at MOCs and stuff like that, it was of course Coconut Studios. But have you found with people going out and buying lots more Lego these days, are you finding it harder and harder to find some good deals on Brickhow or Bricklink? How are you finding it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. it's not as adverse of an effect on me because, you know, a lot of these channels want to review them and put them in their collection. And you guys know prominently I build MOCs. So I was really only planning on buying the 501st Battle Pack out of this new wave, which I haven't been able to find, just like Hive. Like, you know, some days they'll be at this store, some days at that store. Like, it's been ridiculous. The biggest problem I've been seeing, and I think we're going to see with this Best Pin Duel now, is scalpers. Like, this used to not be as big of a problem. But with this whole like Lego releasing stuff over here and over here, now we're getting battle packs on the internet being sold for like $90 US, $100 US for one. Like if you look on eBay right now, the 501st Legion set is insanely expensive.
One trooper is $40.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's only going to get worse if we get this Best Bin Duel, because now all the Americans are going to turn around and be like, hey, who wants the Best Bin Duel for like $200? You know what I mean?
And who wants a little bit of Vader with a bit of arm print, eh?
Can we contribute this at all to them not producing enough of them?
Because
all these stores, Target, Walmart, they're only getting one box. Like that's all they're getting, and that's if they get any. A lot of them aren't even getting any. So I don't know what's going on with that, man.
What I don't understand is like what Hive was saying, the distribution, because I have a friend who lives up by Hive in Maryland. He's like, we've got sets all over the place in our Targets and our Walmarts, but down here in the Midwest where I live, there isn't anything. So I just wonder, like, how are some states over here getting a bunch and then some states don't have any yet? And is that going to be how it's going to be moving forward? Like,
it turns out there's some governors in certain states that are really into collecting Lego, and there's others that are less so. I think they're getting the better deal probably. But hey, checking that out there, folks. So another story that came up this month, and again, I just don't understand why Lego would even consider going down this route, and that is the potential end of the battle pack. What do we think about that then? So let me start off with Coconut, because Coconut, they're saying that potentially going forward now, Lego are going to stop producing battle packs as we know it, and they're going to come out with more of this 501st battle pack style, where it's kind of double the cost. And you do, I mean, it's good value for money. Once you do get the set, you know, you will feel that it's actually very good value for money indeed. But of course, it's double the cost. And it completely takes away the meaning of having these battle packs and the reasons for having them. So what's your thoughts on them, Coconut?
So I haven't really heard much about this. I've heard some people say, yeah, oh yeah, it's happening. Then I've heard other people say, no, it's not. But I don't know. I don't know why Lego would do that. That just doesn't make sense to me because, you know, battle packs it's a very affordable set. That's, you know, the 10-year-old, the 15-year-old can go mow lawns and then go buy a couple battle packs. And so I just feel like they'd be getting a huge opportunity to make a lot of money, because even I myself, in preparing for Utapau, I've bought 5 Utapau Trooper battle packs, which obviously, you know, that's a lot of battle packs. And so I don't know if they're trying to go with a more expensive set that comes with more troopers. It doesn't really make sense to me, because like you said, the purpose of a battle pack is just, that's all you want is the minifigures. Like, I don't care if I get this stupid little rock formation or like a little gun emplacement. Like, I don't need 15 of those, you know what I mean? I need the troopers. Like, I can build my own little side build, and I feel like that's what we're going to get in these sets. Is they're not going to include a giant vehicle, but maybe like 2 or 3 side builds. Like, I don't know. I don't really need that. I need the figures.
Yeah, I agree, because I think until Lego come out with a collectible mini-series devoted to Star Wars, battle packs are the only way that they're going to be able to mass up on certain things. So, talking of massing up, Solo, what do you reckon then of army building and the possibility of doing that, but without having the battle pack?
I think it's going to get difficult, because the sets have become more expensive. So the minifigures themselves on Bricklink, Bricklout, and eBay and all that kind of stuff are going to double in price, because, well, people got to buy the sets in the first place, so they're going to want to make their money back. So mock builders like my good friend up here, Coconut, it's going to start hurting their wallet even more than what it already is. So I think I'm kind of really hoping that they're not going to go down this route, because you kind of get into like the Imperial side of things. Like, what little build can you really put on that? It's like, yeah, you get an 80RT, but the Imperials, what, you going to put an 80ST in that? Yeah, that to them, that's an £80 set. So I can't see them getting rid of it, the little battle packs. I reckon they're just going to delay it off, give us some more, the Legion ones, but delay it off into the summer. That's what I'm hoping anyway. That's my thought.
No, I'm with you on that, brother. I really am. So, Hive, what do you reckon then of battle packs? Because I like a battle pack. I do. And I think they're quite good little things to collect. And I think they're quite useful to invest in as well. But what do you think of the possibility of no more battle packs?
Well, I buy battle packs, but usually just one. I'm not an army builder, so it's not the same for me. But I will say that if they do go down that route, I don't see it working out well at all. Because, dude, when you're building an army, obviously you're buying a lot of those packs. You know what I mean? And if it's completely double the cost, how are you going to pull that off? You know?
Yeah.
But you're also segregating yourself though as well, aren't you? Because instead of like Coconut said, there's little Timmy coming down there, he's just mowed someone's lawn. It's like, let's go buy some battle packs. Now he's got to wait all month before little Timmy can go and get his battle pack now because it's double the price. So.
That's the whole thing that I'm dying to see how this is going to go, because I know last time we talked about Lego peaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I cannot see, and look, I know you'll complain about it, and I usually sound like a broken record, but I cannot see Lego continuing. You know what I mean? Like with this insane high prices, and they're gonna keep succeeding. I don't know. I mean, a lot of us can afford it. You know what I mean? But if you're a parent with a family or something like that, it's gonna get to the point where you're gonna start looking towards like mega blocks and stuff. You know what I mean?
And mega blocks, to be fair, there's mega blocks actually are not a bad alternative. From what I hear from people, I've never even seen mega blocks in the shops here in the UK. Are they available here in the UK, Darren?
Yeah, you can buy them in your Smith Toys. You can get them. Yeah, all that series and all that stuff.
And I don't deny, a lot of people say like Lego is a quality product. I get that, man. It's totally quality. So are Lamborghinis, man. But that doesn't mean everybody can have them,
Yeah.
So,
one day, Hive, they might even combine the two premium products. They give us a Lego.
Look, it's there.
Oh, there's that already. So I'll tell you what then. Talking of expensive Lego items, right? Let's just have a quick whiz round. Start with you, Coconut. Let's talk about the magical word that just goes ka-ching whenever you mention it. The Lego Osprey, right? Now, I personally, right? This has been a month of terrible buying stuff from Lego, folks. It really has been, right? Now, personally speaking, I know people who did get it. I know people that certainly cashed in on it, selling them for about £800 or £900. And frankly, who can blame them? But of course, I didn't get one myself. But then, hey, I'm not really into Technics, so it was no big deal for me personally. But yeah, starting with you, Coconut. Do you know anybody who actually got one? Would you want one anyway? What's your general feelings about the Osprey?
I honestly couldn't be more indifferent thinking about the Osprey. I almost wonder if this was one of those sets that became so popular because they dropped it before it could be released. So people are like, oh, I got to get my hands on this. And then they buy it and they're like, wait, it's just another Technic set. There's nothing all that special about it. And so I just wonder if the hype maybe built it up a little bit too much, and then people were realizing they were going, and this was their one opportunity to get it. It's not a bad looking set. I've seen images of it, but at the same time, I'd be just as happy getting the Jeep or the giant excavator thing they have, which is probably cheaper than the Osprey, because I know the Osprey is just ridiculous right now.
Yeah. And what about you, Darren? I know you was desperately trying to get one because, you're much more into Technics than I am, my friend. What was your experience like?
Well, I saw as that made quite a lot of people miserable because they couldn't get the 501st battle pack because I was so angry. I decided, well, if I can't have it, I'm going to buy these battle packs. Yours. That's kind of what I did. Because I went out of my way. I went to the stores. I said, you got them? Yeah, they're out back. I said, can I reserve one? He says, no, you got to get down there early in the morning. I was like, cracking, because I'm going to build it. I'm not out to resell it. I was going to build it. Yeah, so I didn't care about reselling. I didn't care about the profits. There was a set I saw, I wanted, I liked. Jobs are good. And then, some dude didn't even look on the shelf, and he just asked the manager, can I have that? And I was like, I was infuriated. I was really infuriated, and this is the problem now. It's caused this kind of like mass hysteria. It's like now this set is more expensive than a Star Destroyer, which has got twice as many parts, twice as good looking set, and it's like 5 times the price now, and it's ridiculous. And Lego's only got themselves to blame on it. It's just ridiculous. If they it infuriates me. I've ranted about this so many times. I'm going to keep myself calm on this.
Yeah. Oh, what about you, Hive? Do you actually know anybody who actually managed to get hold of one, and are they going to keep it, or are they going to just sell it on?
The only person I can think of off the top of my head that I know that got one was Shy Time. So, and actually, I'm sure he's got it by now. He was on our stream last night. I meant to ask him about it, but I agree that the reason, obviously, this thing got as crazy as it did was because Lego dropped it. I mean, it was just like, it almost seems like it was a gimmick or something, but I know that wasn't it. But yeah, I can't imagine if you kept this sealed in 10 years, what you could probably sell it for, man. You know what I mean? Just because it's obviously a very limited, set.
Mr. Gold, eat your heart out now, isn't it?
When I first saw it, I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't really have any interest to get it, but if I had the money, it's something I'd probably get just because it is pretty cool looking. And I didn't realize until later on about all the motorized functions, not just like some of it. So.
Cool. It looks okay, but I've got to be honest, folks, it isn't anything that I'd probably be interested in. But there again, if I saw one on the shelves tomorrow, I'll probably buy it and sell it on for as much as I can. I think on that note, that's probably a good place to probably park the news and rumours and experiences for the month of August. So during this part of the 2x2, we're going to take a look at some MOCs and some LEGO Ideas sets. We'll kick off with some LEGO Ideas ones. This one being the UCS Chitty Bang Bang. So, Hive, you and I, we appreciate a good car, especially the Creator Expert cars. What do you think about this one then, my friend?
Man, that thing's amazing. The detail that the creator put into this is just absolutely amazing. It is the look of it. I mean, it looks like the car from the movie. And something I never thought about, and I might have seen it before, just never really noticed. But the way he did the wicker basket, with all those, I forget what those tile pieces are called, but I just love it because it looks like it's straw. So they're kind of like 1x2 grill pieces, aren't they? They're kind of grill
and
even. The horn, the it's like a cable with a horn on the side of the driver's side outside the car. It just like they really paid attention to the detail of this thing.
Yeah, so, I think he even sprayed it and went to kind of special third-party Lego dealers to get it actually to get them coated in the chrome. So Darren, what do you reckon of that bonnet? I mean, is that a cool bonnet or is that a cool bonnet?
That is the shiniest, chromiest bonnet I've ever seen, and it is spot on to the movie. It really is. It's, come on, Lego, you got to make this. It's really good, and also, you could even go prefer, because obviously it's got the wings that come out the front and out the back. Lego could go two ways to that: brick build or fabric. You got your two possibilities. But I mean, obviously he's done his brick build, and it's really cool because you can just pull them off, and there you go. You got yourself your normal car. As a big petrol head, man, that is got to be big number one for me up there. So. I hit the 10,000 support, so well done to him. And come on, Lego, you got to make this one, make it happen.
I think he got to that 10,000 quite quickly, if I'm honest as well. I mean, it is a nice set. It's got
I think they definitely got to get it around that the Creator Expert size. I think a UCS size might be a little bit too big, but I think if they do it around the Creator Expert, like the Dodge. I think that's the perfect size. But I think if you go like Tech, Brick Hive's Lamborghini there, I think it might look a little bit too out of place. And
it won't go. What I like about this set, I love all the chromeness on it. I love all the fact of the gold pieces that they've used. But I think it looks absolutely fantastic with the yellow and the red wings that of course is synonymous with Chitty Bang Bang. And I just think it looks overall fantastic. It's got a lovely, the wheels on it, they look so old and so vintage. And we've got all these, I think one of the oldest cars that they've ever done is most likely the Fiat 500 or something like that. But this,
so far, isn't it?
yeah, I mean, this is a proper vintage car.
Yeah.
So I've got to ask, and I know, Coconut, you're not really into your cars because you don't really get cars in the Star Wars galaxy. But what's your thoughts on this one, my friend?
From a mock standpoint, I think it looks incredible. Having watched this movie like a million times as a kid, like I can definitely recognize a lot of the features. Like Hive was saying, the horn on the side. The only, I guess, thing that I'm curious as to is like if Lego were to build this, obviously this to me looks like a mock, and Lego doesn't really sell. You know what I mean? Like they have to tone down the amount of pieces in the set. They have to make it. You know, I don't know if they'll be able to put all the chrome. So it'd just be interesting to see what Lego's adaptation looks like. Kind of like the Creator Treehouse. I don't know if you guys have seen like the original Treehouse the guy made. Like it's vastly different to what like other than the base concept design of like it's in a tree and it's a house. Like it's pretty different. So this model is really cool, but I just wonder like what exactly Lego would be able to do. And
well, I think you could definitely take that from all ideas. There's like the dinosaur, the Bones dinosaurs. I mean, that is completely different to it, but arguably a little bit better because you get three, but they're more detailed than the ones that he published. But then you got but on the other end of the spectrum, you got the Flintstones one, which is a lot smaller, less figures than that, and obviously a lot of people are a little bit disappointed by that. So,
see, talking about disappointment, I mean, I bought my brother very recently the Harley Davidson motorbike, and I've got to say, I would love to get that motorbike for myself, but there's just so much grey where there should be chrome.
Yeah,
and I don't understand why they can't give a little bit of chrome. That said, this guy actually did, and his name, by the way, folks, is Chris Nordberg. And he's a great designer. And LEGO IDEAS have actually done an interview with him as well because, of course, he's achieved the 10K club. So please do check that out. Of course, those details will be down in the description below. But he's actually, he kind of took that thought in process. And what he did was he came out with a plain grey bonnet. He came out with the chrome one, which is, of course, the one we're all talking about. He also came out, he kind of met them halfway and came out with his satin finish one. And, you know, that is one that they do. And it was kind of like, actually, do you know what? That's not a bad middle of the way to go. I think it's a good compromise. I really do. But anyway, folks, like we say, all those details for everything that we're talking about today will be down in the description below, as well as, of course, all the details of our channels as well. So let's move on, I think, to another LEGO IDEAS set. And this is one that I've been following for quite some time. And it's quite close to my heart, of course. And this is called the Cities in Sections Going Underground, which kind of sounds like an old song, doesn't it? It really does. Now, this is one from a guy by the name of John Harley. And he is at the moment still gathering support. At the time of filming 2x2, folks, he's up to 6,572 votes. So please do go over to him and show him some love. And he essentially has done the London Underground system from what is a fantastic looking underground tube station called Brick Lane. And there is actually a Brick Lane in real life, folks. There really is. So starting off with you, I think, Darren, because you're probably nearer to being a London and Hive and Coconut. What's your thoughts on it, my friend? And what do you think about the build and does it capture the essence of London?
I think it definitely captures the essence of London, no doubt on that. It's definitely got that bit on it. I think Lego could definitely do something like this because I mean, obviously they come up with a stadium, the Manchester Stadium. So to keep the UK thing going along, you could have a nice little shelf of like iconic world theme kind of thing going on. So it definitely captures. It's definitely got certain things there that's pretty cool. I really like it. I like the look of it. So I fingers crossed that it gets through. But is it a set that Lego could possibly make? I don't know. Lego IDEAS don't tend to go down like that kind of aisle, if you see what I mean. Yeah, they kind of like the cartoony stuff or like the treehouse or the Saturn V rocket. So far they haven't made any kind of like landmarks like that so far, but who knows? It could get through, and fingers crossed he could.
Well, I did hear there's a couple of rumours that I've heard doing the rounds at the moment. One, just going back to that treehouse, they're looking actually to retire that treehouse off, which I've got to say, from an investment point of view, is definitely one I would want to get before it, goes and you can't get it no more. But also the other one that I heard that they're looking to do away with and retire off fairly early, really, in my eyes, is the London bus. So if they retired off the London bus, all of a sudden you've got this kind of gap of London sort of landmarks and stuff like that that I think would need to be filled, or at least by some sort of vehicle, if it be a train, underground. And of course, if you go into the London Leicester Square Lego store, folks, there's a great big tube station in there. There is, and you can sit down in the tube and you can sit next to people like William Shakespeare or perhaps a Royal Guard or something like that. But anyway, away from that, let's come back to this particular Lego Ideas set. And Hive, what's your thoughts on this set?
All right, I think it looks really, really neat. I like the structure of it. It's different, you got multiple things all kind of infused in one. You got your building, then you got obviously going underground. You got the train itself. I like how the train's cut in half like that. It gives you that cutaway look, and then even at the very bottom underneath, you can see where there's an open area and a little rat in there. And this is
the iconic London rat.
So this is actually something I'd like to have it, but it's also something I would buy for my wife, because she went to London and she told me how much she loved the whole underground system like that. So I think it'd be something neat to get her as kind of like a memory type gift. She loved it over there. She wants to go back. So
I think also if you just twist it around, so you have the train open at the back and also the open at the back as well, then you have a nice complete structure at the front of it. So if you want it on the wall, it's flat up against the wall, and then if you want the open back and play with it, dollhouse effect.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I personally absolutely love this set. I mean, I love the way they've taken the tube and they've kind of segmented it.
Yeah.
Got this cut through cross section of it. You've got the classic businessman wearing the bowler hat. I love all that, and of course you've got the escalators as well, which looks absolutely brilliant. I mean, the techniques for that I think are really excellent. They really are.
Something very interesting also is it seems like it could be both a display piece or a play. You could play with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's very, very cool.
And I like that. And I because I'm getting into building stuff for a Lego City Hive, or at least I'm accumulating all these sets at the moment for it. I can really appreciate the architecture in this set as well. I really can. And this is going to be a bit of a segue to Coconut, but of course this set features a kind of like a tiny little mouse there on the track. And if you go to London and you look down at the underground, you look at the tracks, you'll see mice all over the place. But of course, Coconut recently has had an experience with a mouse as well, haven't you, Coconut?
Yeah. Let's see. Yesterday I woke up. I have to get up pretty early for work, just because I run an assembly machine, so we got to get it up and run it early. So it's still pretty dark out, and I go into my Lego. So I go into my Lego room to kind of get ready, so I don't wake up my wife. And I walk in and I flick on this light, and I see this little flash, and this flicker of movement out of the corner of my eye, and it runs behind my desk. And I walk into the middle of my room, and this mouse just makes a dash and then just runs into the corner and just slides under the door, its tail just wiggling behind it. And I was so mad. I cannot tell you guys how mad I was, because I just woken up and I was like, great. I get to spend this whole weekend hunting down a mouse, pulling everything out, because my living room is, I don't want to say it's cluttered because it's very organized, but there's a lot of excellent places for a mouse to hide. And so, yeah, I'm going to be waging a war against mice.
That is crazy. I tell you, right. So let me get this right. This picture, this scene. You're getting dressed. You're looking at your latest MOCs and admiring the views, and then all of a sudden you see this mouse. So and then you had to go to work knowing that you've got this mice in your room, potentially eating its way through all your Lego boxes. How stressful would that be?
He hasn't thought about that until now. I just
It was all morning long. I was like, great, what is he doing? Like, is he just running all over my sets? Like, is he chewing holes in my boxes? Like, how am I going to get him out of there?
He might be up by his starter going, hey, fire wing ready.
So anyway, that's the London kind of underground set, folks, with real mice as well. So please do check out that Lego Ideas set. I absolutely love it. And of course, I'm from London, so I've got a slight hint of bias about me, I'm afraid. So anyway, so let's keep the train thing going, shall we? I think let's downscale, because I'm trying to sort of mix it around a little bit with these MOCs this month, folks, with 2x2. And what I found is this rather splendid MOC online from a guy by the name of Rick Lease. He's come out with a very cool micro build for a Harry Potter train. And what I love about this particular micro scale Harry Potter train is just what tiny pieces we've used. And the thing that actually amazes me is how he's made the smoke section up out of pieces. What I think, in fact, I don't know if you can see it, Coconut, but the smoke looks like it's made up out of a battle droid arm. Right. So just to give it a bit of a Star Wars kind of slant on it, you've got the smoke there that's made up out of a. I keep calling them Roger droids, but of course they are known as battle. You've got the car around there, but yeah. So what do you reckon about that, Darren? Because you know a little bit more about Harry Potter than I do.
Yeah, I don't know. But no, the actual build, the micro build itself looks absolutely stellar. I totally agree with how he's done the smoke coming at the top with a droid arm with a little bit of like bone at the end of it. So you kind of get that nice little wave effect. Is absolutely amazing. And like the detail he's got with the trees as well, like on the ground and going up the side of the mountain. He's managed to cram so much detail and so much information. You get exactly what it is straight away just by looking at it. And it's so vibrant. It's really good. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, this could be a perfect little, like, I don't know, like a $10 set, £8 set that you could really rush in there. Something that could replace battle packs for Harry Potter. You know, it could be something like that. Just nice little sceneries that could play along with it. No, it's definitely not a play set. It's definitely like a.
Oh yeah, no, it's a nice display set. Now, one of the reasons I picked this particular one, because I'm a big fan of the Hogwarts Express, folks. I don't really know much about Harry Potter, but no, I do love the Hogwarts Express. I bought it just a couple of months ago. But of course, Hive, he's all into doing textual stuff, and he's got this mountain in the pipeline that he's thinking of doing, and all these kind of green shrubberies. So Hive, from your point of view, what do you reckon about this particular MOC?
I think it's beautiful. I think it's a really beautiful set. Like Solo said, it's very vibrant. Did an excellent job with the colors. I mean, I don't necessarily know if you could just look at the train and immediately know it's a Hogwarts Express, but something that really helps is if you look down under the bridge, you see the Weasley's car, floating there. So yeah, it's an amazing piece, and I'm really getting into the miniature type stuff. I really wish Lego would do more type of architecture type sets, but with themes, like this.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like you said, the way they captured that Ford Anglia, I think it is just brilliant. Just kind of hanging there in that tree. But yeah, so that particular MOC is called. It's German, folks. So please do excuse my German. It's called Eisenburg, which basically translates from German to railway bridge. So there we go, nice and easy. You don't come on here just to learn a little bit about Lego. You learn a little bit about terrible speaking German as well. So anyway, so let's go to something that is a little bit more at home with my good friend. Let's take a look at this MOC. Now, this particular MOC, the next MOC, folks, is called Docking Bay 94. It's micro version 2, and it's basically called What a Piece of Junk. And it features the course Docking Bay 94. So, Coconut, what do you reckon about this particular MOC, my friend?
It's pretty cool. One thing with micro builds, I think people contend when you think micro build, you think, oh, there's got to be less detail because it's smaller. But the cool thing about Lego is, the pieces are so small, you almost get this whole mother of detail, because suddenly a small piece can be something completely different, like a cheese slope. That little angular piece suddenly takes on a whole different new meaning. And I think another thing I really like about this MOC is the angular, kind of the circular build of the docking bay. I think that's probably one of the most challenging aspects of building that scene on Tatooine, is because it's, this big circle, and typically with Legos and bricks, circular structures are a little bit harder to make. But I think he did a really good job, and I don't know. I think it's a pretty solid looking MOC. It is a little bit crammed. I would have liked to see a little bit more space. I feel like the ship just barely fits in there, and I think he could have made it a little bit bigger. But other than that, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and I do agree, actually. I think he's a little bit cramped in there, but I think for the piece count that they've used, which I think is somewhere around 858 parts, folks, I think it's a nice detail. Now, you were saying a little bit off air, Darren, that this actually reminds you of the mid-size one.
Yeah, I think if you just made it slightly bigger, I think that will go perfectly. A nice little docking bay, and you got the mid-scale Millennium Falcon. They also done the Star Destroyer back in the day, but yeah, I think that would go perfectly, really well. The attention to detail is really good, and like Hogan said, you could, little studs. All of a sudden, you got your stormtroopers. You just need a black one and a brown one. There's your Han Solo and Chewie. The little things mean a lot especially to big Star Wars fans. You can create your things in micro scale. It's great.
Yeah. No, I agree. So moving over to you, Hive. The designer 6211 from Rebrickable, who came up with this particular one? What do you quickly kind of think about this MOC?
Very cool, very cool. Iconic scene. I find it fascinating how well they did the Millennium Falcon on such a miniature scale. That looks very, very good. I think the only thing, if I had to have some type of constructive criticism, would be kind of like what you guys said about the space. It's a little cramped. That's all, and not even a lot of space, just a little bit. Maybe a couple extra tiles or something.
Yeah,
but it's a great.
It's a nice display piece, and let's face it, folks, there's not many spaceships out there that are more famous than our beloved Millennium Falcon. Okay, so during this segment, then, we're going to be talking about the stuff that we've built this month. So for me personally, my favourite thing that I've built may actually come as a bit of a surprise to you lot. It's not actually the 501st, and it's certainly not one of my poly bags, but it is in fact this bit of bad boy over here, the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, I actually got this on August the 1st, and I've got to say, I didn't buy it, if I'm truthful, I didn't buy it for the actual Nintendo Entertainment System. But I will say this, folks, it's a blooming good build, and it's probably the best set that I've ever built in regards to using the snot technique, because in this whole grey section of it, there's only 4 actual studs that are on show. And it's a marvel. It really is in itself. But I bought it because I love the TV set, the retro TV set that comes with it, and the animation of Mario himself. I think it's an absolute splendid set. And I've got to be honest, folks, it's probably the best set that I've built in 2020. So, Coconut, what's been one of your best sets that you've built this month, my friend?
Well, I don't know if I'd call it the best set, but General Grievous's Starfighter, that was one of the only sets that I could really get my hands on from the new wave, and I felt like everybody had their hands full reviewing the AAT, AT-AT, 501st Battlefront, whatever. So I was like, all right, I'll give General Grievous's Starfighter a little bit of love, because I feel like that set's got a lot of hate, because, A, it was supposed to have a Commander Cody in it, and B, it's got this ridiculous price point. And so putting those two things aside, it's actually a really cool set. I enjoyed the build. It's a very sturdy build. It's got some cool play features on it. And I definitely do agree it should have come with a Commander Cody figure, because it's one of those sets you're only going to buy one of, right? I'm not going to go buy 5 Grievous's Starfighters, but that little airborne trooper it comes with is a really cool army builder set. Especially if you want like an army. He's got great detailing. They updated all the printing and stuff. He's got the new head. And so it's one of those things where the only way I'm going to be able to get more of those now is Bricklink, and because he only came in one set, it's going to be kind of expensive. So
expensive, yeah.
That is unfortunate, but once the set drops in price to around $50-$60, definitely one I would recommend getting.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, actually, because I think you're right. Everybody's gone running out there to get the 501st set. And of course, I never quite understand why anything to do with General Grievous is always so blooming expensive. Now, if I'm going to be honest, I actually prefer the look of that particular Starfire to the buzzer that you built recently, Darren. Because I've got to say, the buzzer looks okay from above, but when you turn it upside down, it looks horrible. It looks horrific. It's like something from a horror movie, like an alien movie or something like that. It doesn't look like anything Star Wars at all. It looks horrid. But let us know what you think, folks, down in the comments below about the 501st set, the AAT, and of course the General Grievous Starship. So, Hive, over to you, my friend. What was one of your favourite sets that you built this month?
I have to say, one of my favorite sets would have to be the London architecture set that I got. I got it for a couple different reasons. I have to say that Kaz, Blockhead UK, has really inspired me as far as liking these micro buildings and micro cities, and I've been really itching to build a micro city or something in that nature, including like what we just saw with like the Harry Potter train. But yeah, I just really love it, and I got it for that reason because it was just my first one. I thought it'd be interesting to build, see what it was like, and I have such great friends over there where you guys are at now that it felt good to get something to kind of, and you know what's funny, and it'll be on a video soon, but I kind of dedicated one of my shelves to London, in the UK.
Oh.
So yeah.
I love it. Honestly, I've actually got that set, and it's even the backdrop for my Twitter account, but I haven't actually built it yet. But you know what it's like.
It's great monuments in it, and it's amazing, like we said, what you could do with such a small scale.
It's brilliant. I absolutely love it. Now, folks, honestly, if you want to know anything about Micropolis, then Kaz, aka Blockhead UK, she is the mayoress of Micropolis,
and she's a cool person, man. She's super nice. Yeah.
She's massively brilliant, honestly, folks. And I know her as well because obviously she's a London A-fold, the same as I am. So please do check out her channel in the description below. So anyway, did you have anything that you built this month, Hive? Maybe something with 4 legs that you kind of liked?
Yeah. So I have to say, a close second would be the AT-AT. Yeah.
So what did you think about that then, young Darren?
The AT-AT, I think, arguably is the best Star Wars set that Lego has produced this year. Arguably, it's super solid. I mean, I've dropped it quite a few times now, and it's still there. Look, it's still in. Well, at one point it did get trashed, but it's still there. It's still standing, and you look at between the 2014 and 2020 version, they are so different, and the building technique on it is absolutely stellar. I get £140 is a lot of money for a set that doesn't look like a lot, but if you can get it on discount, it is definitely one you have to get your hands on, especially if you're a big Star Wars fan, because the build, the legs are generic, but the build is just really good. I cannot knock it at all. I mean, even as a toy, if you're a lucky 16 or 13 to 16-year-old kid that got hold of it, you can beat that thing and it will just stand there and take it. I mean, I swear to God, it's a feature. Push the front legs down and it will go down like that. And all that I do is the turrets fall off, and you're like, there you go, you've got the Battle of Hoth for you. There you go. Just needed. One day they might actually sell a snow speeder at the same time as an AT-AT.
Well, you never know. Now, was there actually anything about the set that really stood out for you? I mean, me personally, there's just one thing I don't like about it, and that is the neck. I don't think the neck looks quite like the neck from the movie, but that really is the only part of it. And I've got to be honest, having watched your review of it, I'm definitely going to buy it when it discounts, folks. But yeah, what was there anything that you didn't like about it particularly?
Well, I didn't like the neck until you build the neck, because it's got 2 or 3 Technic pins that go, Technic rods that go through it. Obviously, that's where you can really hit the top of the head, and it just kind of sits there. So unfortunately, you had to sacrifice the style for the extra strength. Other than that, there's not really a lot I don't like about it. Even the head, as much it looks a little bit weird, but you actually look at the real thing in real life in the films, that's what they look like. It's like, all right, it is a General Veers AT-AT Walker, so you probably should have the red line going across there, but you kind of look, it's like, how could Lego actually really pull that off? I think it'd be very difficult for them to do that. So for the techniques they've got now, pretty damn good.
You say that, but my custom over this shoulder actually has got the red visor going across the front.
Well, that is true, yeah.
Custom, folks. Just flexing there.
But I suppose at the same time, it could be also your generic 8080 Walker without general rear, so you could put it that way as well.
Yeah, I think he's brilliant. Hive, just going back to you about the 8080, my friend. What was one of the standout features for you about that particular set?
Well, I guess like the London architecture, this is my first AT-AT, and I have to say I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. There's like Sola said, maybe I don't even have as much problem with the neck, because even though you can see the Technic pins, I really like the circle things around it. But yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can say is I wish it was as big as yours, Greg. That's the only thing I wish. It was that big, man.
I'm for men, I really do, honestly. Everyone always.
Hive, you know, if it was as big as Greg's, that set would cost you 400 quid.
Yeah, I know it wasn't cheap. Yeah,
there is that, but I gotta say, folks, up until recently, I was never ever going to buy this AT-AT. But the likes of Jang Bricks, Hive, Darren, they're all saying how good it is, the most accurate that's ever been made. So, of course.
I don't know, you might have a disappointed feeling maybe, Greg, because you built that UCS one, you know what I mean? Like, you're downgrading. I don't know when you sound that in a bad way. Just
I don't know. I could have two, but do some sort of false perspective. So it looks like it's...
yeah.
And maybe double that up with some microfighter ones as well. But anyway, so folks, so that's what we've been building during the month of August. Okay, so through this part of the segment, we're going to be going and doing a bit of Q&A work. So we had some questions that were left on Hive Stream from last month's session. So we're gonna pour those questions in now. We're gonna answer them for you. And obviously, folks, if you've got any questions from this episode of 2x2, please do leave them in the comments below. We'll answer them next month. It's as easy as that. So anyway, we'll kick off this month from one of our viewers called The Unknown Brick. And he's asked, what is your best Star Wars set? So I'm really interested to know what everybody else's favourite Star Wars set is as well. And I think I'm going to kick off with Coconut. Coconut, what's your favourite Star Wars set?
So I guess the way I saw his question is like, what's the best set in my collection?
Yeah.
My favourite set is definitely not my best set for some reason. I don't know why. I guess nostalgia, whatever you want to call it. But I would say the best set in my collection is the 2014 UCS Sandcrawler. I'll tell it to anybody. That's one of the best Lego Star Wars sets out there. It's incredible. Like the amount of detail goes beyond a play set, and it's like in the realm of like custom MOCs that people are building. And so the fact that Lego was able to capture that much detail, that much functionability in a set, and I think it was released for like 200. Obviously, it's more than that now, but that's one set that I really wish I had picked up then. I bought it now. I've bought it since then, but.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about it, yeah.
Yeah, it also comes with a ton of minifigures. You get 4 Jawas, you get all the droids from that original scene, Luke, Uncle Owen. And so just like, it's the ultimate Lego Star Wars set, in my opinion.
Oof, that is phenomenally good. And do you actually have that one in your collection? Is that one that you've actually ever built?
Yeah, that was my first UCS set.
Oh my word. I tell you, I would love to see that. Did you actually build that on YouTube as well? Or was that just one you did before you even did YouTube?
Yeah, I've got a review up on my channel. I did a comparison between that one and the 2018 version, 2018 Sandcrawler as well.
Do you know, I have to say, if there's two worlds I absolutely adore in the Star Wars universe, it's Tatooine. I love anything to do with Tatooine, the desert island, and I love everything to do with Hoth as well. You know, because it's just the worlds, you know, literally worlds apart. They're so different. But the vehicles you get, and that Sandcrawler, oh my word! When I first saw that at the cinema, my jaw just hit the floor. I tell you. I mean, I say that, folks. I saw it probably on VHS video at some point. I did in some crumbly quality video. But yeah, that is a great one to pick, Coconut. So what about you, Hive? What is one of your favourite? What's one of your best and favourite Star Wars sets that you've built?
I gotta go with the ECS A-Wing, just because it's I don't know. I mean, I could probably really get a tie between a bunch of stuff, but the UCS A-Wing is my first UCS set. I love it. I think it's sleek, it's smooth, it's a really cool set. I love even just on the stand how it can tilt. So that'd be my favorite, or my best one, honestly.
I've actually built that myself, and I've got to say, Hive, it is a humdinger of a set. I have a couple of issues with it, I will say, but overall, I think as an engineering piece of Lego, it's a beautiful set, and especially down at the front, along where the bonnet is, you've got these white side sections that come into it, and I think the way that they're, I don't know, assembled and constructed, I think are absolutely sublime. I really do like them. And yeah, great choice. And what a brilliant UCS set to start off with as well. In fact, just thinking about that was the set that you and I built for our first year anniversary on our channels, wasn't it?
That's right. Now, granted, this question will have a different answer once the Razor Crest comes out, I'm sure.
Well, this is true actually, but I've got some issues with the Razor Crest. I mean, I'm still going to buy it, folks, and I'm still going to stream it on September the 1st, the build for it. But I've got to say, I do have my issues with that. But anyway, we'll come back to that another time. That's one for next month, folks. So do tune in for that. So how about you, Darren? You are a man of you've got masses and masses of Star Wars. So come on,
it's a difficult one to choose, really. I mean, because like we're talking like beforehand, I was even thinking about the shuttles, like the shuttle Tiberium and the Krennic shuttle. Oh my God, how many shuttles do you go for? But objectively, the UCS Slave 1, for me, I know obviously Coconut, you're saying it's the best one, it's like the stand crawler. I was like, yeah, no, but Slave 1, for me personally, the attention to detail they put in that for time of release, 175 quid. 2 really good figures, pretty generic, but then the Boba Fett comes into that, the printing on it, and then you get to the builds and the details, and what people love the most, especially, well, some people do, and it's minifig scale. You can't argue against that. So, it just looks amazing on a shelf. A real pain to dust, but really good.
Dusting Lego. I tell you what, folks, we could do a complete stream on how to dust Lego. I tell you, it's a black art in itself. It really is, folks. I've got to agree with you there, Solo. I think the Slave 1 is a fantastic set. I also think that the Boba Fett that you get from that is wonderful as well. Now, I'm going to be slightly different, actually. I would normally pick Slave 1 or something like that, and the A-Wing is definitely up there with me, Hive. I've got to be honest, I'm going to go with something slightly different, and that's the Tantive 4. And that's because that particular set is it's the first thing you see in all the galaxy of Star Wars. It's the first thing you saw, especially with the giant Star Destroyer kind of following behind it as well. And I've got to say, I love the set. It's quite a big set. It's just under 1,800 parts. Of course, it comes with an array of fantastic minifigures as well. And the one standing out for me from all that figure collection is, of course, Captain Antilles, which is a really expensive minifigure, Darren. I think he goes for anything from £45 upwards. But of course, the big one that came with it was Bail Organa as well. He came with it, and that's, to this day, is exclusive to that particular set. Design, I just love everything about it. It's long, it's slick, it's got 11 engines at the back of it, and I just think it's absolutely wonderful. So anyway,
and also something that's pretty unique to that as well. It's like obviously Leia as well comes with the legs and the gown part as well, which is
she does actually. No, you're absolutely right. And I've got to say, I actually prefer the gown on it as well. And when you saw it, and I tell you what makes me think I like it even more is that ending sequence at the end of Rogue One, which I think we can all appreciate. When Vader's kind of going through all those guards like a hot knife through butter, walking down that corridor, and then obviously suddenly the Tantive 4 kind of gets away from it all. But hey, so that's how. So anyway, so that's question number 1. Question number 2 came from Rise of the Brick, and he says, and I'm going to start off with Hive on this one. He says, what inspired you to start this series?
Well, I wanted to see another, because there's not too many, but I wanted to see a round table of Lego YouTubers, but in a sort of a different format, because ours stands out a little bit differently because, one, it rotates between us. It's not like it's just one person and they're hosting and having a show or something with guests or regulars. It's all of ours. Two, we sort of have things broken up into different sections, and it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like not the same thing, but the same theme so far, which could evolve. But so you know, ours is just a little more unique like that. You know, we don't have guests. You know, stuff like that. So
just us.
You know, just us.
No, I love it. For me personally, it's something I've kind of always been interested to do, and I just feel completely blessed that I've got the likes of these good folks over here that want to do this with me as well. You know, it's kind of amazing. What about you, Coconut? Why did you want to get involved with us three?
I've been wanting to do something like this, you know, since I first started my channel. I really enjoy Lego, something I'm passionate about and something that I love studying in depth and getting news. And so it's fun to find people who have that same passion and interest that we can really discuss, because I can't really go to work and be like, hey, you guys hear what's going on with the new Bespin set? Like everyone's gonna be like, what the heck are you talking about? And so it's nice to have a place where I can come and like just really talk about things that I'm super passionate about with people that I really enjoy being with.
Yeah, no, me too, mate. Me too. Honestly, I feel completely, you know, I'm super lucky and blessed to be a part of all this. What about you, Solo? What's your thoughts behind all this?
Pretty much the same, to be fair. You know, it's like we all, you know, none of us have really got anyone that we can speak to about Lego, and all three of us here, all got fantastic, all different as well. Coconut's a mock builder, Brick Hive. He's got his city and does all he loves his technique. And obviously you, Greg, who he does your custom stuff and also other random stuff, and we all get on really well. We all got roughly the same sense of humor. It's, you know, it's a laugh, and it's just great. I can't really say any more than that, to be fair.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I can 100% behind the sentiment here. So, you know, thank you for that question, Rise of the Brick. I think that was a really good question to ask. And if anybody out there has any good questions to ask as well, please throw them in the comments, or maybe even get hold of us on Instagram or something like that and let us know. And we will feature your name on the next session of 2x2. Okay, folks, so we're nearly at the time to round this all up. So you probably want to know what's coming up from us during the month of September. So coming up from London Bridge Bricks, there's going to be popping poly bags, of course, and there's going to be magazine reviews. And hopefully on September the 1st, just in a couple of days after you've watched this video, I'm going to be building and live streaming the Razor Crest. So please do tune in for that. And of course, there's London Calling every Friday at 7:30 UK time, which is of course 2:30 EST USA time. So who should we go to next? Hive, what's coming up from your absolutely wonderful channel for the next month or so?
Well, yeah, over the next month, I mean, every Sunday at 9:35 Eastern Standard Time in the morning, I have Good Morning Brick World. So that's kind of a set thing every Sunday that I do. I'll have more city updates. I've been lately kind of infusing a lot of the Mario sets into my city, so that's been kind of an experiment I've been doing. You know, I'll have some more long haul videos showcasing just stuff I find in bins of Lego that I buy, and I'll have another shout out video coming up soon. I'm gonna have another what's on the shelves video coming soon, and then, you know, just like weekend reviews, speed builds, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, the life of a Lego YouTuber, right? It's summed up in a nutshell there, folks. It really was.
And I will say halfway through September, I'm going to have a lightsaber stream. So if anybody can build a lightsaber, yeah, I believe Solo's going to be there. So if you can build a lightsaber, I still have some seats open. Just let me know.
I know. I've got to. I'm going to try and get on that one. I really am, because I know it's out there already. The promo for it, and folks, that will be down in the show notes below. It really will be. So think of this as being like a beacon of information for this 2x2. What about you, Darren? What's going to be coming up from the Solo Brick Builder?
So yeah, hopefully by the time you see this video, I might have actually done another comparison video on the 3-in-1 ship and the pirate ship of Barracuda. So I'm going to be putting those head to head. So nice. Hopefully that should be up soon. And then yeah, just a lot of random stuff. I'm going to be doing a bit more of experimentation, and if I actually get it finished, I will actually be publishing how to light up a set. But I've got to get that finished first. It's taken a long time. But you guys just bear in mind, it takes a lot of experimentation to build up a random set. It's not just something you go bosh, done. You got to hide those wires. You got to hide those wires. So that should be coming sometime soon. So hopefully it'll be that soon. So fingers crossed. And also the midweek stream as well, every Wednesday, 7:30 UK time.
Fantastic. So let's come up a level. Let's come up to my level over here, to the young man to my left over here. What's going to be coming up from you, Coconut? Do I hear the words, the letters MOC coming together for some mock action?
Yeah, it's that time finally. September is when I officially start Utapau. It's going to be my biggest and most challenging project so far.
Yeah,
I've been preparing since May, because I wanted this one to kind of be a special one. No one's really done this mock in this scale, so I really wanted to do some special, unique things. And so by the time this podcast comes out, the first episode, or at least the announcement, should already be up on my channel. Yeah. And I also had a really cool opportunity to be a guest on a podcast, and that's coming out tomorrow. It's called the Rebel Base Card Podcast. The name of Greg McLaughlin does it. He's an awesome guy. He's got a really cool podcast, and he reached out to me and wanted to know a little bit about, my channel. So we'll be diving kind of like into the history of Coconut Brick Studios, like me as a kid, like how I first got into Lego and Star Wars and mock building. And it's you can find that podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, pretty much all the main podcast streaming. So definitely go check that out. It'll be really cool.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, no, that's fantastic, mate. And please do let me know the link to that, and I'll drop it down in the description below. Yeah. So that's fantastic. That sounds brilliant. We've all got a pretty busy month coming up, folks. So please do stay tuned for all that action. So that's it for this week, folks. Please do follow our social feeds so you know when the next 2x2 will be dropping. It will be, of course, next time on Coconut Studios' channel. So please do tune in for that. And if you want to follow our channels, please do check out the description below. And if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. This has been 2x2 for the month of August. I'll leave you now with some videos that I think you might like.
I had a cup right here.
Just gotta see him.